Hello everyone, welcome to SwitchUp as we once again have a look at some of the games coming out for the Switch in this upcoming week. In terms of dates, we'll be going from the 12th of March up until the 19th, as well as first covering any games that we missed for whatever reason in previous videos. March is definitely starting to ramp up and there are some good games coming this week, with the promise of more in the weeks to come. So what exactly is coming this week? Well, let's find out. Starting with a game that's already out there and the only one for this week, this is A Train All Aboard Tourism. This game sees you take charge of a railroad company, laying the tracks and running the trains as you see fit. Where it differs is that you have a much larger role to play in the development of the whole town, not just your railway. You will be managing subsidiaries, participating in urban planning, and even playing the stock market. The series has been around for a long time, with versions on various computers and consoles over the years, and as the title would suggest, this new version has a heavy emphasis on driving up the tourism sector in your town. I was surprised to see this one drop in the West so soon, as I know it's just about to release in Japan, with a physical version over there too, and thought we'd be waiting a while longer if it came at all. The big issue though is the price. It's £53.99. I do feel like they've kind of dug their own grave with that one, to be honest. I can't see it being a success at all, and that's a shame because it does look really interesting. The first of the games releasing this week then, and what a game to start with, this is Stubbs the Zombie in Rebel Without a Pulse. This third-person action game first released back in 2005 or 2006 depending on your region for the original Xbox and Windows, and whilst it was a moderate success that received fairly favourable reviews, it was in later years that it became a bit of a cult classic. You play as Edward Stubbs Stubblefield, a zombie whose objective is to basically devour the brains of the humans within a stage. Any human devoured in such a way will themselves become a zombie that will fight alongside Stubbs. Melee attacks can also be used against enemies, and these include using body parts. It's set in the 1950s and has a great style, and it's just nice to see the game getting a broader release, as I think the physical copy of the Xbox game does go for quite a big price these days. It will cost £14.89 and it comes out on the 16th. Then we have Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, which is a remaster of a 2012 ARPG. This had some big names behind it when it released back then, including Ken Rolston, who was also lead designer on Elder Scrolls 4, author R.A. Salvatore creating the lore, and artist Todd McFarlane, creator of Spawn and long associated with The Amazing Spider-Man, working on the game's art. The plot follows a character known as the Fateless One, who was revived after death, and there are 5 distinct regions, 4 playable races to choose from, with each of these having 3 class trees and 22 abilities per tree. In terms of the remaster itself, it mentions graphical improvements, gameplay balancing, a new difficulty level, and other quality of life improvements. I've never played this one myself, although I've heard that it is very good. It's selling for £36.74 or your regional equivalent, and is also out on the 16th. Next up, and again on the 16th, we have R.B.I. Baseball 21, which is the 5th entry in this series to hit the Switch. New to this version is the ability to create a player, play-by-play commentary, and progressive time of day, which will see afternoon games progress into the night, for example. This version also includes online play, which appears to be the first time for the Switch offerings of the series. There is an exhibition mode, franchise mode, and home run derby mode. It includes all 30 MLB clubs, every player, as well as over 165 legendary players and clubs. It's selling for £22.49 or your regional equivalent, which is a bit of a hike on the last couple of instalments, but as I said, it's out on the 16th if you are interested. Space Otter Charlie is next, and this appears to be a 2D platformer with a zero gravity mechanic. It says with humanity gone, it's up to the otters to save mankind from an inhospitable Earth. You will be jumping, floating and rocketing through physics-fueled levels, earning new gear and upgrades as you go. It also has a 4-player battle arena mode included and a variety of spacesuits to find in each level. It will sell for £17.99 and is coming out on the 17th. On the 18th we have Signs of the Sojourner, which is a narrative card game about connecting with people. Your card deck is your character, defining your experiences and shaping your relationships. As you travel to new places, you will meet new people and forge friendships, rivalries and connections through card game conversations. Consequences of your choices shape your deck and affect every conversation that follows, and it says this will lead to a number of different endings. The next game is DARQ Complete Edition, which released elsewhere in December last year. This appears to be some sort of psychological horror puzzle game with a dark Tim Burton-esque art style. You need to try and help Lloyd awaken from his recurring nightmare, but each attempt sees him fall further into his own subconscious. There will be puzzles to solve and creatures to sneak past, with that aspect sounding a lot like Little Nightmares, and the Complete Edition comes with 2 lots of DLC as standard, being the Tower and the Crypt. It's selling for £17.99 and releases on the 18th. Next up is Root Film, which is a mystery thriller visual novel. You follow a young director as he is chosen to helm a reboot to a series that was cancelled 10 years earlier for unknown reasons. However, his excitement for the project does not last long when a murder takes place on location. You need to become a detective to try and solve the murder, interacting with a cast of characters as you sink deeper into the plot. An intuition system allows you to acquire keywords during in-game conversations, and collecting enough information will see you able to face off against suspects. Now, I have to admit I am quite a fan of visual novels when they are based either around murder, mystery or horror, so this is a game that intrigues me quite a bit. It's selling for £34.99, although I'm pretty sure this is getting a physical release, so I think I'll grab that when it drops nearer the £20 mark. Then we have Plants vs Zombies Battle for Neighborville. Now, I am a huge fan of the original Plants vs Zombies. In fact, I'd go so far as to say it's one of my favourite games of all time, but I haven't played the series at all since it made its switch to the Garden Warfare shooter style of gameplay. So this is a third-person shooter where you take control of either the plants or the zombies in cooperative or competitive multiplayer. You can play in matches of up to 8 versus 8 online. I believe it will have local multiplayer, it doesn't specifically say it here but the other versions do, and you can also play in single player PvE offline. It includes both motion and touch controls as well as customizable characters. Perhaps you can let me know if these shooter games are any good in the comments section. They certainly look fun enough, and this one is selling for £34.99, although there is a physical edition and I've already seen that advertised for about £7 cheaper. Now come on, let's stop mucking about, shall we? Let's have the original Plants vs Zombies on the Switch, please. And finally for the week we have Saviours of Sapphire Wings, Stranger of Swords City. Now, as far as I can ascertain, Saviours of Sapphire Wings is a remake of an old Experience game called Students of the Round and is an RPG dungeon crawler. It says you will be using traps and combat prowess to defeat powerful monsters and unlock the true potential of your allies. Stranger of Swords City Revisited is an upgraded version of a PlayStation Vita game, so you are getting 2 games in one, which is not bad value. There seemed to be a bit of a fan base online for these when I was looking into them, and NIS America do like to publish quite quirky games for the Switch, even if they don't always hit home with them. This is selling for £44.99, but it is another one with a physical release, which is available already for a better price. So there you have it, there are this week's games. Again, perhaps not a week with absolute standout games that everyone will want to buy. I would say there's a good 3 or 4 games in there that would at least interest most people. Myself, I'm quite looking forward to Stubbs the Zombie, I must say. Please do let me know which games, if any, interest you. Stick it in the comment section below. A quick thank you to our Patreons as always for your continued support, and to each and every one of you for watching our videos. Take care, stay safe, and until next time, happy gaming.